And then the girls are like, I've never read a comic before I came to study how to do comics. I just sort of discovered them once I was in college, and now I want to do them. I want to make stories. Was that your experience, or have you guys been comics fans all along?
I definitely was not into comics before I started this major. I went into sequential art for more of concept art and design and character design because that really interested me. But once I started doing the whole storytelling thing, it was really addictive. Yeah.
Hilary?
It was interesting because I actually didn't even really realize it at the time, but I kind of grew up on comics, but not your traditional, like, Superman, Batman comics. It was like Tintin. That was my comic, was Tintin.
European comics.
Yes. And then I eventually...
Because you're so much cooler than we are.
Yes, no. And then I eventually, through like silly little Disney magazines, I discovered Bone because they printed a couple like issues of Bone in their magazine, and then that was, oh my gosh, when I actually read the whole Bone book, like from cover to back cover, it was like, wow, I knew like this is what I want to do. So it wasn't like the traditional Superman, Batman comics, which every single time I tell anybody, oh yeah, I'm majoring in sequential art comics at my school, they're like, oh, so you really like Batman, huh? He's cool, but I'm more like into pretty much every other kind of comic besides superhero comics.
Is that the same with you, Meg?
I actually grew up being obsessed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You can come, please. We're here for you.
I wanted to be Batman when I grew up till I was like 10, and then my mom's like, comics aren't really for girls. Here's a Pocahontas comic. You can still read Mad Magazine now. And I met an awesome female comic book artist, like when I was 15, just turning 16, I met Jennie Breeden, and she's like...
Who was one of my students.
Yeah, things come full circle, because she told me girls can do comics and can be awesome at it, and it doesn't have to be superheroes. It can
Did she have to adapt her style to suit the needs of everyone else, or did other people have to come around to her way of thinking?
Everybody loves her. Her fanboys are scary.
When she was a student in my classes, a lot of the people would give her grief, like, your drawings aren't perfect, or you don't have enough backgrounds, or you're not, and she's like, whatever. And when she started doing her own journal comic, that uniqueness, that I don't play by everyone else's rules, is what draws people to her. And it's her individual perspective on the world that she filters into her comic, and people like you go, that's my world too. I like Batman, but I like this Jennie Breeden person. That's kind of cool. And one day you'll have your fans.
Yeah, maybe.